Hello, Pisces people. What's up? Welcome to your tarot reading here at the Intuitive Teacup. It's going to be a general message for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Please come into the reading with an open heart and an open mind, a desire to maybe learn something or better yourself for the situation. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions, so best to trust your own intuition above all else. That being said, let's try and have some fun. We're going to set the intention now to get my Pisces gang some clear, helpful, and insightful messages for wherever they are at on their spiritual path currently. All right, Pisces, let's do it. I hope you guys had a lovely, lovely birthday season. Sending you a big, energetic hug. We're in Aries season, though. Woo, right. It's, here we go. It's fire. All right, so we're heading into eclipse season around Monday, March 25th, give or take a day or two, depending on where you are at. Let's see what's coming in during eclipse season. Full moon lunar eclipse in Libra at 5 degrees. So for my Pisces rising, Libra would rule, I believe, your 8th house of resources, joint finances, debts, loans, payouts, so more of a focus on financial collaborations of some sort. Also, our house associated with Scorpio, so like hidden depths, psychology, you know? The mystic, the mystical. What's coming in this eclipse season for Pisces? What can I share with them? 6 of Wands, I love that. 6 of Wands, let's get a little bit more. The nectar is sweet. The nectar is sweet. You're about to sip from something that feels good because you've earned it. You are worthy. You are deserving of it. It may have taken some bravery and courage to go towards this, but if you lean into your confidence and know that you have innate value and worth and bring a lot to the table and have a beautiful light that needs to be shined out in the world, I think the universe is going to give you something good here because you've earned it. It's not for nothing. But yeah, with the 6 of Wands, it's always about like lean into confidence. I feel like I'm hearing the word ride or die. Feel like you are collaborating with someone. You may already be in a romantic partnership. If you're not, there could be one coming in where there's an ease to it and there's a sense of pride of being linked. I'm literally seeing arms kind of hooked around each other, like walking into a room and feeling like this person has your back. There's a sense of safety and security and ease with them. And it almost translates to me as like a friendship, like best friends, who happen to be romantically involved. And I suppose for some of you, it could even be like a open relationship or a friends with benefits type thing. It certainly doesn't have to be that, but yeah, there's like an ease to it. This feels very like free of drama or second guessing or being all up in your head. I think if you are the type of person who second guesses things a lot and does tend to live in your head and maybe struggles with anxiety or fears, you're with a person who is excellent at communication. So there's a good match there because they can quickly kind of talk you off a ledge if you start to spiral out. I think you feel safe opening up to them and sometimes needing some reassurance. And there's nothing wrong with that. With that, I think it's an opportunity for you to grow and be more confident. But with that, yeah, there's a nice compatibility. There's a nice partnership. That's the first thing that wants to come through. I see you guys walking a dog together. I don't know if one or both of you has a pet or you meet up at the dog park or something. I don't know. There's something here about like, yeah, going for a walk and bonding over animals. If it's not that, it could be going for a walk in the woods and maybe you guys, I don't know, maybe you see a bird up in the tree. It's I don't know, some sort of fun moment involving an animal being outside. And it feels very like a date, like a day date. For those who are single and looking, there could be someone who comes into your workplace that you get to know and at bare minimum establish some sort of friendship with. Some of you are going to have better ease and grace, I'm hearing, better balance or better connectivity or receptivity in terms of like a connection with your boss or your superior. I'm not saying it's going to turn romantic for you all, though, possible, but not the main storyline coming through. Just that if you feel like you've been at odds with your boss or you I don't know, there's been a source of agitation or not even that, miscommunication. There's been a lot of like unspoken, like, ooh, God, are they mad at me? Or like feeling like a weird vibe around your boss. I think for most of you, it had nothing to do with you. It had to do with like stuff going on in their own personal life. And they seem to have some sort of fresh perspective. It's like they're coming in with Aries season, right? It's the start of the zodiac. It's like, it almost feels like a new year. It feels like a new day for them. So if they had family drama or work drama or whatever, and they were just, I don't know, their energy was off. It was different and you were noticing that. I think that's about to change for the better. Some of you may get some sort of new job that involves travel or something in the entertainment industry or something in the hospitality industry as well. That seems like it could be a good match for you. I think you're going to get a job offer, if not multiple job offers, and it might be up to you to choose which one you're most attracted to. And if that's the case, you're being asked, which one excites you the most? Where do you think you're going to have the most fun? Don't necessarily base it entirely off of money, salaries, vacation, benefits, whatever. Like, yes, that's important. Don't get me wrong. But with the Six of Wands, is it going to be fun, and is it going to be sustainable? That's a very important word. You know, it's a fixed energy. It's Leo energy. So it has to be fun. It has to be joyful. Are you going to have an ability to share your voice and shine your unique light and be authentic to who you are in this role? And again, is it fun? Is there an element of play? Because I think that's important. Something about the word play and players. I don't know if this has to do with like theater or the arts too. A traveling theater company. I don't know why I'm getting that. Super random, not for all of you, but I don't know, maybe that's date night. Maybe you're going to a show, maybe you're getting tickets, or maybe, I don't know, maybe someone in your life is a performer and you're going to catch their show or something about that New York City Broadway theater life. I don't know. All right. So then we have the Eight of Cups. We have the Eight of Wands. All right, so eights are all about liberation. So again, there's a liberation from awkward or uncomfortable feelings, or not necessarily feeling secure or having clarity about a relationship. I think we're moving forward. And this will probably resonate for you in multiple areas of your life, because for some of you, it's translating in terms of a work connection where there was almost a sense of fearing authority or feeling like someone who potentially could have put your head on the chopping block. I don't know, none of this was spoken, mind you. This was all like a misinterpretation. And it's not to say that you were wrong about your intuition and your feelings that something was up. It didn't really have anything to do with you, but their energy was showing up differently, and you started to, take that inwardly, like, oh my God, did I do something? Did I say something? No, you didn't. Again, there's going to be more clarity and liberation there. And you might not even need to address it, because if it was something personal going on in a coworker or boss's life, that they seem to be free from it now. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Some of you, your boss was going through a divorce. It was that type of thing. And your empathetic, compassionate nature was like, oh, they seem off. In fact, for a select few of you, and this has nothing to do with romance, but there's for a select few of you, a coworker or boss may even confide in you and share a very personal story, because you are such an amazing, compassionate person, and almost like a sounding board where they feel safe expressing themselves in a more vulnerable way. And I'm not trying to make it weird or saying that it becomes a weird or difficult position you're in. There's just like this, again, authentic self-expression. Someone opens up to you that maybe was a little bit closed off before. That may also have to do or translate in your romantic relationship or your interpersonal relationships. A friend who may have been a little bit closed off or going through a difficult time may reach out to you just because it's like they want to be around your energy, and they know that you have the ability to kind of pick them up when they fall a little bit. So yeah, in a lot of respects right now, Pisces, you're kind of being looked at as sort of a guiding light for those around you. People are looking up to you and respecting you and seeing you as a voice of reason, and sort of like this, almost like this guardian angel presence, like, let me wrap you in my angel wing and nurse you back to health, right? And I think that's lovely. I think that's Pisces energy. I'm just going to add the PS to that, like, make sure that you're not absorbing sort of the emotions of the people around you, because then that could weigh heavily on you. So just, again, boundaries, or if you do have some sort of cleaning or cleansing ritual, if you do spiritual work or emotional work of any kind, that's going to be very important for you. But yeah, for in Aries season, particularly, again, around the eclipse, there's just something about people are needing you. Here's the thing, though. I don't think it's in a way that's tremendously taxing on you. I don't see you feeling overwhelmed with responsibility, or just, feeling sort of shackled to a situation you're trying to break free from. It's quite the opposite. I think you get a lot of joy and pleasure being in this role of nurturer, or the person who's just very understanding. There's like a buoyancy about you, and something, I'm hearing the word, the ability to like bounce back, something about bouncing back. You're able to deflect or reflect or encourage, nudge, impact the people around you with like a much needed dose of like laughter and positivity and sort of pluckiness. Yeah, it's like your Jupiter energy side is really coming through in this reading, is again a voice of wisdom, the sage. I really like that. With the Eight of Wands, there could be an opportunity to travel for you. It could just mean lighthearted messages being sent back and forth. It could be in-person communications, though I feel like someone is going to come to visit you from afar, a traveler or a foreigner. It could be someone a few states over, a few towns over, but for a lot of you, it might be more like long distance travel, particularly if you have roots or family or some sort of connection that you would consider at a distance. Like I see someone taking like air travel, like flight to come and see you and come and visit you. I think it'll be very enjoyable. It's presenting as a really strong friendship, if not potentially more. Maybe it's romantic. It could absolutely be. I don't know exactly what this is, and like, bear with me. I know sometimes these messages sound ludicrous, like I acknowledge that, but it's like it's channeled, so I'm going to share it anyway. There's some sort of metaphor about like Mary Poppins. The flying of the umbrellas. I'm not sure how or if that is significant to some of you out there. I don't know what to do with that message, Julie Andrews. Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke, and I don't know, a nanny, a rescuer, someone who's very in touch with their inner child, or for some of you, it's someone who presents as like for some of you, it's a personality thing. Do you know how Mary Poppins has like this? When you watch it as a kid, there's something kind of intimidating about Mary Poppins, right? She's very Saturn, right? Because she's the authoritarian in a sense, but also she has this capacity to bring out the best in people, you know what I mean? And like they have to fall under her order, under her command, so to say. But she takes you on all these wild and fun adventures too. So you might quite literally be dealing with a Capricorn or someone who has a strong Saturn in their chart. They're coming to visit you, and I think you either know this person more intimately, where you know that they may present as like a stern person or a very serious person, but you know what's underneath, and you know there's something very lovable, and like they're a teddy bear underneath, but that's not how they present. It has to do with their rising sign. Others of you, if you only know this person in a more distant way, or you don't know them more intimately, or I don't know, there's just something, there's more to be discovered here. And I don't know if they're coming to stay with you, or you meet up and you end up having sort of a longer connection than you anticipated. This person starts to, like, the mask starts to fall. The mask will start to drop, and they're going to show their true colors. And I think you see them and appreciate them in a new way. And maybe that goes vice versa too. I'm not really sure what to do with that message, but it seems positive. It seems very positive. You may also be dealing with a friend who's going through a breakup and they just need to come see you, and like it's almost like you're serving as like therapist right now. You're radiating with like love and compassion. It's very like an understanding energy. I do think there's big wins for you in your career world or your workplace right now. Again, some of you, there's maybe a title change or a raise or a promotion, or just being really seen, being really acknowledged, feeling really appreciated at work. Maybe just in the form of compliments. Something about that. So what is this whole like sweet nectar thing? King of Swords. All right, so there might be an air sign, and like this feels a little bit sassy, like it's being said with a wink to me. It's almost like somebody got a taste of something and they like it, Pisces. They want more of it. That could potentially be with a Leo. It could also be with an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Someone who plays an instrument, specifically like a string instrument for some of you. There's a story I'm hearing the word woven or weave, something about like, or this is so random, like weaving or sewing or basket weaving, or I don't know if it has to do with crafting, but I almost think that that's more of a metaphor. Something about being it's embossed. I don't even know what that word means. I don't know what that is. I'm like, Spirit, help me out here. I don't know what embossing is. I know that's some sort of crafting term, but I don't know what it is. I'm literally seeing like knit and crochet needles and yarn, but there's also something about, what do you do like on a pillow? Is that like crochet, where it's like home is where the heart is? But there actually might be something kind of sassy written on like a pillow, or I know people do that, like what are those round things with like the metal disc, and you put the needle in and out. You guys, I have no idea what this is. I have no idea. Feel like a crazy person again. Anyway, there's something about stitching. It could also be a surgeon. Some of you may end up dating a surgeon, or there may be like a minor surgery that requires stitches. Stitches is an important word. Stitches is coming through very, very strongly. I don't know what that is. All right. Then you have the Knight of Wands. All right. You have to jump through a hoop to get to this, though. There's that. Okay. that stitching thing. What do you call it? My best friend does this. Is it crocheting? I don't know. It's like you stretch the thing out on the canvas and then you bring sew or fabric through it, or not fabric, but you bring like stitching through it. I don't know what that is, but it's like it's a huge indicator for some of you. I keep being told to reinforce that. This person may have sent you something that they made. They may be very crafty and I don't know, made some sort of like collage or something very sentimental. They may have sent you a picture that you put in a frame. Again, some sort of like sassy piece of artwork. It has some sort of like, it's like suggestive or naughty or something like that. All right, so what is this Knight of Wands? It's like jumping through a hoop. There's some sort of like risk, or it's a challenging relationship to get to each other, possibly because of distance. For some of you too, there's an element here of someone's kind of playing games. It's like they're hot and cold. One day they're into you, one day they're not. What is the deal if Pisces is dealing with someone who's like hot and cold? The Page of Swords, they're still learning. They're still learning how to be a good partner in a relationship. It's not that they don't want to be. For some of you, their education is taking priority, especially if they're going to medical school. For some of you, that's not for everyone. Others of you, this could be someone who has a child from a previous marriage and their child is very much taking, their focus right now. And for the most part, I would say rightfully so. Eventually, they'll find a better balance between their dating life and being in the role of a parent. If they don't have children, it's like they're kind of in this phase of self-discovery and learning more about themselves and what they want, and maybe being a little bit more reflexive in how they participate in and engage in any sort of connection, whether it's like romantic or friendship. There's a little bit of like, I don't know if it's social awkwardness or just like sort of like a lack of awareness, like I'm hearing like social unawareness, where they don't always know how they present to other people. And in some capacities, whether this ends up being a strong connection for you or something fleeting, I think they've actually learned a lot from the connection. It's given them a lot of substance and a lot of food for thought, and almost a platform to jump off of, like a starting point in terms of something that they want to pursue or learn more about. And I do think it has to do with themselves and psychology, and maybe it has to do with like their childhood upbringing and sort of rewriting the narrative, rewriting the script. Writing is actually coming through very strongly too. So this person might be a writer, or you might be a writer doing a lot of journaling or writing exercises in some capacity. Is it going to come back around? The King of Swords. Wait, is there two King of Swords here? I just realized that. What? All right, that's peculiar. King of Cups. Has there always been two King of Swords in this deck? King of Wands. I'm just seeing if there's any other like doubles. I wonder if this is supposed to say Queen of Swords. Not that it matters. Like, I never really read for gender anyway, but I do read for a pairing. Something about the twinkle lights too is showing up here too. Something about like fantasy and under the stars or cinema, like movie land, entertainment industry type stuff. Writing maybe as well. Crafting, set design. There's something very creative here going on. Let's see. I think eventually this is going to be something that they want to fight for. I think they see a lot of potential in it, Pisces, and I know you're not going to totally understand this message, but there's something kind of intimidating about you. And they may approach it apprehensively because they don't feel like they're at their best in order to it's like they want to be the best version of themselves for you. Unfortunately, they're kind of missing the idea or the opportunity that you don't have to come to this being your best. As long as you're an open book and willing to work on yourself, I think you Pisces are very much willing to engage in this and learn together and grow together. I think that's really being underscored with all this like sword energy, is that this is a relationship where you both are going to learn a lot from each other. It seems like your person tends to be the one who's a little bit shy or apprehensive or hesitant to really, it's like they want to jump through the hoop, but it's like they're working their energy up. It's like they're trying to get the motivation and the bravery and the courage to admit that they want to pursue something or admit that they caught feelings or something like that. But there is a little bit of, there could quite literally be physical distance between you guys. It could be someone at a distance, but it's still kind of in the works. I think this is someone that you have fun with. Again, I think one or both of you have a really good sense of humor. I'm not sure it's the same person as like this Mary Poppins figure, but it might be too. That idea of they present as very serious, but when you get to know them, they're like hilarious. That can be very like Saturn energy too, like a dry, witty sense of humor. I do see something strong with air signs coming in. It could also be too that maybe a few of you are interested in someone who is going through a divorce, but it hasn't fully been fleshed out yet, in which case maybe that's why they're not coming in immediately, is because they're they're trying to do right. Maybe they have a kid from a previous marriage. They're kind of like crossing their T's and dotting their I's with the past relationship before fully embracing and engaging with the new one. I do kind of get a good vibe from this though. Again, something about the mask starts to fall. We start to reveal true feelings and acknowledge what this actually is and embrace it. So yeah, I would say hang in there, but don't put your life on pause for this person. I do think you guys are good communicators, though. I don't think this is a person who just drops off the face of the earth and goes cold on you. Like, if this is someone you were to reach out to in text, they would text you back. That's how you'll know this is your story. This isn't someone who, like, leaves you on red or is like, oh, sorry, I forgot to respond to you 3 months ago. It's not that. They show up as an excellent communicator. So if that's not who you're dealing with, this may or may not be your story. All right. So this says break free. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, and be you. And trust that those who love you will always be there for you. And then bottom of the deck says celebrate. You're being asked to celebrate a recent accomplishment, no matter how big or small. Do something special to commemorate the moment. You deserve that and so much more. That could be your Six of Wands too. That's a huge card of confidence and pride, and sometimes it can be kind of a peacocking energy. It's like puffing yourself up, but for the reason because you feel good about yourself. I don't think it's unwarranted confidence. I think it's like this. Yeah, I've earned this, and I'm gonna lean into that and own it. Receive the compliment. Not a lot of people can do that. Don't diminish it. Don't deflect it. Receive the compliment. All right, love oracle for Pisces. Love oracle for those who are interested. Anything I can share with them. Confirmation, something they need to hear. All right. So this is awareness, card 16, and it does involve a Scorpio. So a crowning achievement. For some of you, it may involve a Scorpio. It doesn't have to. Also, Leo is coming through there. I feel like there's someone who wants to pass something on to you or offer you their heart, but they're worried that you're not going to see them or that you are far above them. It's like someone holds you in very high regard and they don't always feel worthy around you. They feel very nervous around you. There's like a nervous kinetic energy. And they may or may not present that way. I don't know. There is something a little bit about social awkwardness coming through, like a tiny bit. But I think they find you very sexy. I think they find you very enticing and exciting, and they want to be around you, but they do fear your rejection too. So it might be one of those scenarios where like, well, maybe I just won't, so that way I don't risk being rejected. It is that scenario of like, should we just try this? Like, do you want to try it and see? Like, I get from your perspective, it's probably a little bit frustrating. I think this person will come around eventually. The color blue is significant. They may have blue eyes or wear blue a lot or a blue car or something like that. All right, Pisces, that's what I got for you. Thanks for joining me today. Please show me some love and hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it if you want to leave a positive comment or an emoji. Anything like that would help this reading find a greater audience on YouTube. I invite you to subscribe to the channel if you are not already and hit the notification bell so you'll be alerted when I post my readings. And if you want more content from me, I am on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.